Sophie Rain, a 20-year-old influencer with over 5 million Instagram followers, recently announced that she earned $43.5 million in 2024, primarily through the adult content platform OnlyFans.
You are aware that, like, you're the final boss when it comes to OF, right?
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm. And I know you saw the clip of Julia making $400,000 a month, so I just need to know, like, how much are you making a month?
I don't know if I don't really want to hurt your feelings. I just don't.
Hurt my feelings? What do you mean?
I don't want to say.
You don't have to say, just show me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I won't break your phone. I actually like kind of tearing up. $4 million? $4 million in a month?
Yeah.
400,000 in the last 7 days.
Adam22, the host of the No Jumper podcast, called Sophie Rain a liar regarding her claim of earning $43 million. Adam22 has been involved in various controversies, including discussions about his wife's career in the adult industry and past allegations of sexual misconduct. He is also very well known in the OnlyFans space, as him and his wife have their own podcast called Plug Talk. The show features interviews with adult film stars, followed by explicit content involving the hosts and their guests. Episodes are available on platforms like YouTube and OnlyFans. Adam responds to the news about Sophie Rain, saying, "If you believe this, you are literally stupid." He goes on to say, Ruby Rose, another OnlyFans model, makes less than $1 million a month. I know what a lot of the top porn stars make, and it's all less than $1 million a month, mostly a couple $100K a month. There's no way this girl makes $4 million a month, especially given that she doesn't do real porn that can be sold for additional money in the DMs. She probably make a lot, but not $4 million. From my research, Sophie Rain is reportedly making nearly $650,000 per month. This impressive income translates to approximately $7.8 million annually, not $43 million as some rumors suggest. Although I guess it is not rumors after all, as Sophie Rain posted her yearly earnings and it definitely says she earned $43 million. I am no Photoshop expert and definitely not well seasoned in the OnlyFans field, so I can't tell if it's real or not. She even followed up with more monthly reports stating, "I heard more proof was needed." The substantial income generated from adult content on OnlyFans has raised concerns about societal values and the platform's influence. Critics argue that such earnings reflect a troubling trend in monetizing explicit content, while others view it as a legitimate avenue for financial success. Additionally, Sophie Rain has highlighted issues with impersonation and unauthorized use of her images, including AI-generated content, leading to scams and misunderstandings among her followers. She expressed frustration over fake accounts and the misuse of her likeness, which has complicated her interactions with fans. The public's reaction to Sophie Rain's earnings underscores the complex and often contentious discussion surrounding online adult content, digital identity, and the ethics of income generation in the digital age. Adam22 wasn't the only one with something to say. Another OnlyFans model took a shot at Sophie as well, stating, "I've been seeing discourse about that girl making $43 million on OnlyFans, but can I open up a can of worms here? Can we talk about how race and ethnicity play a huge part in your income? I'm very grateful for what I make, but can we start being honest about that?" Sophie replied saying, "There are plenty of girls on OnlyFans that aren't white making millions. At the end of the day, it all comes down to how you're marketing yourself more than anything." According to Total Pro Sports, Sophie Rain's reported earnings of $43.5 million in 2024 from OnlyFans have indeed surpassed the annual incomes of many professionals, including top athletes and medical doctors. Comparison with athletes, Harry Kane, the England football captain, reportedly earned around 20.8 million euros in 2024, which is over 10 million less than Sophie Rain's earnings. Also, NFL and NBA players earn less than Sophie as well. Sophie Rain's income exceeds the combined salaries of several prominent NFL players. For instance, the combined salaries of Saquon Barkley, Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, Christian Gonzalez, Brock Purdy, Garrett Wilson, Trey McBride, and Derrick Henry amounted to $8 million less than her earnings in the same year. What's even more surprising, she doesn't even rely heavily on explicit content. Her success story has ignited a heated discussion about lust, value, and the psychology behind why millions of men are willing to pay for content of a clothed woman when there is a free hub of content on other platforms. Here's an interesting twist. When people pay for something, they often perceive it as inherently more valuable. This phenomenon, known as the price-quality heuristic, explains why some men are willing to spend money on OnlyFans content, even when free alternatives exist. The act of paying, it seems, enhances the overall experience. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. On one hand, platforms like OnlyFans reveal the shifting priorities in how people seek connection and gratification. On the other, they also highlight an unsettling truth about the commodification of human interaction. For some, this phenomenon may seem odd or even excessive, especially when millions turn to free platforms like P-Hub, but for others, it underscores a deeper desire for belonging, validation, and attention. Human needs that have found a lucrative home in the digital age. So, is this simply a modern twist on age-old desires, or does it represent something more profound about our evolving relationship with technology and intimacy? That's for you to decide. A lot of OnlyFans models seem to hit a wall of regret after a while. It will be interesting to see a lot of the OnlyFans models' stance on this in the future, when they have kids or if they struggle to find a husband after staining their image. Will the money be worth it?
Since I've started this, has just slowly been on such a decline. I feel a little bit dead inside. I feel completely desensitized. Not to sound funny, but I really don't feel any type of desire or attraction to men in general anymore. Just know that if you are a person who's ever been interested in doing this, there really are so many downsides. At this point, and I'm willing to admit this now, there's no amount of money that you can give me right now to make me feel like giving myself away in certain aspects, even if they're just a few photos or whatever online. It almost isn't worth it anymore. And while I did have such a strong start and it was so much fun in the beginning, after getting burnt out, I started to just feel really differently about the types of messages that I was getting. Seriously, if I had any type of ability to share the things that people have said, just how disgusting they are. And also, when I get curious and nosy sometimes, I'll go look at their profile and they have a whole girlfriend or a whole wife, and sometimes even disgustingly enough they have kids. It makes me feel so conflicted with doing this when I really sit down to think about what the purpose of all this is.
This is for girls who are considering starting OF. I've been doing it for the last 2 years, and I just think social media glamorizes it so much, and nobody talks about the reality of what it actually is, and somebody needs to. You might even have friends that are encouraging you to do it right now, but later on down the road, when they get in a serious relationship or married or start having kids, they aren't going to want a girl who does porn around their family. And there are far and few between that are okay with it. I'm not excluding everyone, but our generation likes to act like we've accepted everything, and we haven't. And I'm not pushing for exception. I just want to make you guys aware of how lonely of a job this truly is, because you will lose friends and family. So much so that OF agencies create these group content get-togethers, which, yes, you're making content, but it is also said up front even that they're encouraging you to make girlfriends amongst each other, because you are going to have a very hard time making girlfriends outside of that. And as far as, guy friend groups and stuff, you're not going to be called by your name anymore. You're the girl who does OF, and that might sound really cool at first, she's bad, but a year or two and that wears off pretty quick. And as far as your, self-respect having a price, it does pay good, but a few more years and you're going to want your self-respect back. And it is just a shortcut that takes more than it gives, because no matter how loyal of a person you are, how honest or loving or kind or sweet you are, you're going to be judged off of the fact that you did do OF, and you can't get it back. You can't get it down. It's on the internet. It is what it is, and you're just, at some point, you're going to want your self-respect back. You really will. And you're going to want to get married or have kids. And explaining that to somebody, what you did, is so much harder than you think it will be, and most people aren't okay with it. And if they are, is that really a man of value?
To all the young women watching, you are not most likely going to be an OnlyFans millionaire, as many of these young women will tell you on the internet that you are going to be. The majority of people are not making anywhere near the kinds of money that these women are talking about on TikTok and Instagram. So they entice you and they bring you in and you go, you know what? It's just one set of photos. Why not do it? And we'll charge $12.99 a month or whatever it is that you charge. And the money doesn't come in like it came in for these women. So now you have this trade-off of your pictures are now on the internet for all of eternity, and you left that, footprint, that digital footprint there, and you didn't get the return that you expected. So now you either go deeper down the rabbit hole of posting more and more content and trying to create to make up for what you've lost, or you live with the fact that the digital footprint has your naked body on it.
As we close tonight's feature, we leave you with this question. Is OnlyFans merely a product of the times, a platform empowering creators to take control of their income, or is it a harbinger of societal shifts that will redefine how we value connection, intimacy, and self-worth in the digital age? Some argue that platforms like OnlyFans are enabling individuals to break free from traditional economic systems, carving out opportunities where there were none before. Others caution that it might be normalizing a culture of instant gratification and transactional relationships, potentially altering the aspirations and values of the next generation. Will OnlyFans destroy the next generation, as critics warn, or has the shift already happened, quietly reshaping our world while we watched from the sidelines? This is not just a question about money or morality, it's a deeper reflection of the society we're building. One thing is certain, what happens next will be shaped not just by the platform, but by the choices we as a society make about how we engage with it. Thank you for watching. I'm signing off. Thank you for joining us in the deep end.